said I got to say something, baby, hand me the mic. I said I got to say something, better hand me the mic. Somebody hand me a mic, cause I got to say something, so just hand me a mic. When I need to say something, better hand me the mic. I said I got to say something, better hand me the mic.
Bitcoin is going to be more valuable than gold.
You get a fee. If you'd asked me that a few years ago, I'd have probably said 100% that that's the way that the world's going to go. But I don't know. I just get a sneaking suspicion, about that there's going to be a sort of a revolution. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, you might think this is airy fairy and up in the sky, but I think there's going to be a world revolution.
In terms of what?
That we're all going down one way. Technology is moving this way, this way, this way. You've got AI doing this.
Yeah.
You've got all the currencies and stuff going digital. You're talking about cryptos and stuff like this. I just get this feeling that it's all going to go back on itself. Because I think unless it does, we're all...
Knackered.
Yeah.
How can it go back on itself?
I don't know. But I feel like there'll be... I do... same with governments and things. I don't know. I just get this feeling that, there's this real unrest about everything. Do you know what I mean? We're not hurtling towards things, blindly. We kind of, are seeing the mistakes now that we potentially will make as a species. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We see them.
Yeah.
That governments are controlling us and we're trying, surveillance, this digital currency, it's all around surveillance. It's all about tracking what you're doing and it's all about control. That's what it's about. It's about control. Say what you like, some people at one end of the scale, some people at the other when it comes to the COVID thing. But, I believe that was an element of control as well, personally.
Maybe.
I believe. I don't know. I just think that there's going to be a turn where we sort of disagree. Where the society just says, no, we can't do this. That's what I think.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Because if we don't, then we're finished.
But the regular person doesn't have the power to do anything about it.
No, not as an individual, but as a group. As a species, we do.
Yeah.
All it's going to take is enough people.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think it slowly is spreading. I think slowly more and more people are... I don't want to use the term waking up because that sort of implies that people who don't think that way haven't woke up. But I just mean seeing it that way.
Yeah. Honestly...
I could be talking out my ass.
No, and I can hear what you're saying. I can see a case for where that would happen. But I just think the rich have too much money invested into everything for them not to win. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, they do,
Even the COVID thing, you can argue, obviously, pharmaceuticals and whatever made so much money.
Oh, yeah.
Clearly.
Yeah.
So, was that controlled? Who knows?
Who knows?
Probably. There might be an element to it, but I don't know. People died from it, so
Oh, yeah.
I couldn't comment, it's real or it's not real. Do you know what I mean?
No. Oh, it was definitely real, 100%.
Yeah.
It was a really, really, really nasty virus.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was. It was a real, it was real. We just made some mistakes about...
100%. I think the government made a mistake. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The reality is they probably should have said, look, we tried. We didn't know what we were doing. We messed up. Because
Totally.
no one dealt with this before.
No.
When do you think about, I was just looking at pictures the other day, actually. Everything was empty. The main places, New York, London, there was no one on the street. Mm-mm. That makes no sense. Baffles my mind when you think about it. Right?
Yeah.
I don't think that could ever happen again, though. If someone said, right, you have to sit in your house, no one would.
Well, you've heard about this thing kicking about, I assume, this, what's it called, Southpaw? Disease X or something X. They're sort of putting the feelers out now.
Huh?
Yeah. Not warming, warming us up, if you like.
Yeah.
I don't know whether it's called Pandemic X or Disease X or something, but they're basically, whoever they are, the word on the street is that something X is coming. Disease X, here we go, is the name given by scientists and the World Health Organization, scumbags, to an unknown pathogen that could emerge in future and cause a serious international epidemic or pandemic. Disease X.
What's the difference between an epidemic or pandemic?
To different word.
Yeah, but Obviously, I know what pandemic is.
Oh, no.
So apparently the symptoms of disease X are fever, cramps in the muscle, fainting,
I've got it.
neck pain, back pain, headache, swollen eyes, light sensitivity. Lots of things apparently.
Okay, but you get it from what? Like, it'll happen because of what? Too much Mackies?
Do you not feel a bit like...
It's all pre-planned? Oh, yeah, I mean, how do you get disease X?
Like, did I read somewhere that, like, all of, like, the pharmaceutical companies are, like, hyping up for it as well already? Like, they're making stuff.
Let's go, baby!
Yeah, like...
Here comes the money.
So, like, you're planning for something that hasn't come yet.
Yeah.
And you've got the symptoms for it, but it's not here yet. You've got a name for it, but it's not here yet.
Yeah.
And you're creating all the resources and all the products to give people. It smells a bit funny, like, doesn't it?
That's just like NATO. They released the video yesterday. Did you see? We're not saying war's going to happen, we're going to fight, but be prepared.
Is that what they said?
Yeah.
About who? Which country?
I think Russia.
Right.
So I think they're getting ready to attack. Well, not to attack Russia, but they're saying in case something happened, like people shouldn't be surprised. They should have things in the house to be prepared for this, that, and that.
What, like food supplies
Yeah.
and stuff? Really?
So you were saying, look, doesn't mean it's going to happen, but
One of them.
yeah.
Wink, wink.
Yeah, who knows though, isn't it? It's like, it feels like the bubble is about to burst at any moment, right? Like something's about to happen. I know what you mean.
Yeah.
But
Like,
don't
so-
you think that is how the world's going to be? Tension, like on edge.
Yeah, I've said it before. I don't know. Something flew my eye there. I've said before, I don't know whether it's my age and me getting more scared as I get older,
Yeah.
or whether this is real. And I heard somebody say it the other day on a podcast. They said that we are just a few
Muppets.
events away from going back to the Stone Age.
Right.
Like that. Just, you know, someone presses the wrong button. You know, bish bash bosh bang. That's it. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
if somebody just rubs somebody up a little or pushes something a little bit too far, then that will cause a reaction, which will cause another reaction. And yeah. I don't know whether I'm paranoid.
No, I know. I know what you mean. On this, I was watching. Have you heard of this thing? It's the first time I've seen it yesterday. Where I don't know what it is, but this thing tells us how close we are to something mad happening, and it stayed close to midnight.
Huh?
Every year, it was on the news. It was everywhere. Apparently, it's quite a big thing. It's like a clock.
Right.
And basically, if it goes past midnight, it means a disaster's going to happen. And it's the second year running. It's like 1 minute away from midnight or something like that. So if anything comes up, I don't even know what you call it, but I was like, I've never...
Doomsday clock?
Yeah.
What? This is the thing?
Yeah, apparently. I've seen it yesterday.
Right,
But-
so the Doomsday Clock is a design that warns the public about how close we are to destroying our world with dangerous technologies or our own making. So,
Is this a physical clock? Is there an image for this?
Yeah,
Southpaw?
yeah.
Let me see an image of the
It was on
Doomsday
BBC,
clock.
mate. Yeah, look, so it's 90 seconds to midnight. That's where it stayed yesterday.
what's going to happen though?
Hang on. Like, what's
I
affecting this? Like, what makes the hands move?
I click on that on the mirror. Let's see what it's here.
This bullshit. This is nonsense.
Visit.
This is rubbish.
Honestly, I've seen it yesterday. I didn't read about it, but I've just...
What
What is the Doomsday and what is the current... As the Doomsday clock gets reset, what was that?
Is this can we go on the Wikipedia page? Is this a hypothetical clock? Is this real? Does
I
it
don't know,
exist?
but apparently, it was everywhere on the news, so...
What a load of rubbish.
That's like, have you seen before Euros or whatever it is? They have the animal. What is it? Is it
For the Euros animal?
Yeah, right. Sorry, I'll get to my point. So there's like a flipping prawn or something in the water. Yeah, and listen, and you've got the two teams, and whatever box it sits on.
The octopus.
The octopus, that's the one. That's the animal.
They've got a prawn.
Yeah, prawn. Do you know what I'm on about?
The Euros octopus. But
Yeah,
yeah,
so he chooses what team's going to win.
I might have seen it
So
before.
exactly the same,
Right.
just as rubbish as that, I think.
Right.
But yeah.
I think they put a bit like a food in front of the team that was going to win.
And whatever team it goes for, they reckon that's the team.
And it went on
win.
like a spell of winning at least 20 games or something. It was crazy.
It predicts the winner apparently.
Right.
This gives me that vibe.
But yeah, this was designed by Martin Langsdorff, the Doomsday Clock, since 1947. With the midnight point serving as a stark metaphor for the complete collapse of civilization.
Right.
So, yeah, maybe we are close, Daniel, but I don't know whether this clock will be the answer.
Yeah, like this clock thing, right? So,
how does it move?
Like, what's, like with temperature?
Yeah,
got a mercury in it, right?
Yeah.
And the temperature makes it go up, right? Okay, we get that.
Yeah.
When you put something on the scale, the number goes up.
Yeah.
Like, we get it. What's the force that's making this device move?
Is it a computer? Does
it just feel it?
Putin stood behind it, moving it? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean...
But yeah, I watched it yesterday. I was like, what on earth?
Yeah, I mean, this is nonsense, is what this is. This is nonsense.
Mad, don't it? Like...
Yeah. The Doomsday Clock, eh? Right. Doomsday Clock was initially responsive to nuclear in the Cold War. Its creators include luminaries like Albert Einstein and J. Robert Oppenheimer.
Never.
Sought to provide a visual representation of the danger posed by nuclear weapons. So it must just be that,
it's a metaphor, yeah.
Yeah, so this is like a man's moving this.
Yeah.
Like some dude's coming in and just saying, we're getting close here.
So we think, okay, I see.
Yeah.
So there's now to it, apart from someone's opinion, basically.
Yeah. But, for the most part...
he's not wrong, though.
No, he's not wrong for the most part, I mean, we could move that clock, couldn't we?
Yeah. We could be there for the next 100 years, though.
Yeah.
It feels like it, doesn't it? You're right, yeah.
Listen, I don't want to bring, the thing down, but, I don't think it's Russia we need to worry about. I think it's China we need to worry about.
So, funnily you say this. Why? Why?
So, my good friend Johnny Harris taught me on an amazing 20-minute video. It might have been one of his side channels. He's got a few side hustles now.
Yeah.
But he basically, and this is I apologize for my representation of this because I'm an idiot.
For butchering it.
I'm a real idiot. So I'm going to butcher this.
Yeah.
Here we go. There's China, right? There's an island off China called Taiwan, right? Once upon a time, that was all China, right? Years ago, China had a massive do, right? They had a massive argument with each other. And they split off into two teams, right? One team went to Taiwan, right? The other team stayed in China.
Yeah.
People who went to Taiwan basically decided that they were going to have a country, that was going to be their country, and they split it. So this is now Taiwan and you're now China. So we're now two separate countries. We don't like each other. All was well. The world moved on. China, up until the last generation, has been kind of stuck in the dark ages. Yeah. And whatever many years ago, not that long ago, they made a massive push technologically, and they have now positioned themselves through whatever it is they've done to probably the second biggest superpower now after America, and gaining. They're getting bigger and bigger and bigger at a rate that America aren't. Yeah. And China have said, listen, we're taking Taiwan back. Now, there's a thing in all of this, and it's chips, not fish and chips.
Microchips.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something like 90% of the world's chips come from Taiwan. Mm-hmm. And obviously that's why they want it. And China are giving it, we're taking Taiwan back. They haven't done it, but they're threatening it.
Yeah, so I've heard.
And America, a while ago, was saying, you won't basically. So if you look on the map around Taiwan, it is absolutely military chaos. It's literally poised for hell on. There is loads and loads and loads of these military bases, and the American military are all around the island ready. China are doing the same thing. There's loads of posturing, loads of sticking chests out. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And everyone's everyone's starting each other. Yeah. But no one's pressed the first thing yet.
Yeah.
Taiwan have been buying loads of weapons because they've got the cash from America, getting ready. Now, since COVID, something happened, and this is going to be the demise of Taiwan, in my opinion. Up until COVID, all was well, because America just relied on Taiwan for the chips. Yeah. Right? And what happened during COVID is the world's distribution went on its head. And all of a sudden, no one was getting chips.
Yeah.
Or not enough.
Yeah.
That's why you ended up with all these car things where people were waiting ages for cars.
Yeah.
And there's loads of cars sat in lots all over the place because they haven't got the chips to go in them.
Yeah.
And they're playing catch up now.
Yeah.
So America was like, never, we can't be having this again.
Yeah.
So what they've done is they're investing a lot of money, more than they've ever invested in anything, in building their own chips in America.
That's right.
Everyone's doing it. Europe are doing it. So the whole world relied on Taiwan once, and we've all been like, the whole world's gone, we can't rely on Taiwan anymore because this could happen again. And it's with this X stuff, it looks like it's going to. So now all these people, these countries, Europe, America, are investing their own money to build chips in their own country. Now, what will happen is, once they are up to speed, America now don't need to protect Taiwan anymore. And Taiwan know that. And basically, you know what's coming.
Yeah.
I don't know why we got onto that topic.
Yeah.
But that's... sooner or later, China will take Taiwan. And
that's why everyone's
we
saying,
don't know what we... Not we. Will America stick their eye in or not? You know? Because I think if America stick their eye in, it won't be like the Russia thing. I think it'll go through the roof.
Yeah, but...
Because China will wait until they're strong enough.
Yeah.
Where they can match America. Do you know what I mean?
But then it's not just America, though, is it? You've got NATO, you've got...
Yeah,
right?
And you can see, you see there's these alliances.
Look, then we may as well all be dead. Like, it's... Yeah.
Like, have you heard of is it called the Bloc Nations? So there's this alliance going on. You know, we've got
With China.
Well, it's some...
And Saudi Arabia and that.
No, bigger than that. You've got... no, not the Eastern Bloc. I forgot what they're called. There's an alliance between Russia, China, India, somebody else. Some quite big...
Saudi Arabia, I think.
I don't think it is.
No,
I don't think it is.
Is it where they've just been... There's a photo of them all shaking hands, right? Like, recently.
Search Southpaw. Yeah, that was the picture.
Yeah.
Search Russia, India, China alliance.
I think it's...
It's got a name. I thought it was Bloc.
It's because also what big country just decided that they're not going to trade...
BRICS, that's it.
They're not going to trade in dollars anymore, and they're now doing yen.
I don't know. Could be Brazil.
Told you, including Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
They've just joined, yeah.
As well
but BRICS stands for Brazil, Russia, India, China,
and South Africa. Yeah, the bloc met last week invited oil heavyweights, including Saudi. Yeah, that's it. Because Saudi Arabia said, right, we're not going to deal in dollars anymore, because that's why the dollar took a...
Yeah.
So they're prepping. They're all making alliances and in...
Yeah. You can...
Is India strong?
Yeah.
Are they? I know they're big, obviously, but...
They've got strong. I don't know what made them strong or what they have that the rest of the world needed.
Because I thought India was poor, no?
Yeah, it's one of them horrible countries where 90%, there's a lot of...
The rich are rich and...
A lot of poor and a lot of wealth too. I don't know what made... Southpaw, what made India rich? What's their big thing? Because you're thinking, they're not exporting curry. Do you know what I mean? They're not, though, are they?
Well, no. Bengali products. Yeah, they are. Such as rice.
Really?
Silks and cotton textiles.
Yeah, but that was 18. That's not now, is it?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what made India rich. I don't know if they are rich, but they seem to be a lot of people are worried about India and stuff.
Interesting, yeah.
So the BRICS mechanisms aims to promote peace, security, development, and cooperation. It also aims to
There's the word, cooperation.
Yeah.
I like that word.
Yeah.
You will cooperate.
Yeah, whether you like it.
Yeah. Cooperation is basically a nice way of saying do what we tell you.
Yeah.
That's what cooperation means.
So it's interesting you say that about China, because I was listening to something, again, saying everyone's worried about Russia or whatever, but they should be worried about China.
Mm-hmm.
But from an aspect of, we don't see it, but all these big Chinese companies are buying everything in sight.
Everything.
Cars, companies in the UK, houses in the UK. There's so much going on that we don't know and we don't see. I was chatting to someone who works in finance, high banking, and he was saying their biggest worry is China.
Yeah.
China
are doing things in countries you don't think of. They're building roads and bridges and things in African nations. They're very sneaky. They're very clever, the Chinese. The Americans in the Western way is quite a brash way of doing things. We're quite upfront about stuff and quite gun ho. China are smart.
They're clever.
Little by little things that you don't think matter, and they're just
and then all of a sudden,
all up. And when obviously people are clocking on now.
Yeah.
Like, isn't it something like the? Is it the Hawaii? What's that stupid phone called? That shit phone.
Hawaii. Who are we? Who are we?
That thing.
Or whatever,
Yeah. So like, are they not allowed in America now?
That's right. Yeah, that's right. I think
because they think there's something dodgy about them.
Yeah.
Same with TikTok.
Yeah.
TikTok's like, that's a Chinese thing.
They
right?
wanted to ban it, but they can't.
Yeah, it's not illegal to.
Who are we? Who are we?
In the world. I'm sure US aren't importing them in anymore. I'm sure. Well,
no, yeah.
I don't like it. There, why Hawaii is not allowed in the USA? What's that drop-down box? People also ask. Yeah, right.
Yes, a national security threats and ordered the US to carriers to pull their equipment from their networks.
Yeah.
So the US don't like the Hawaii.
No.
Hawaii.
But like
Hawaii, wow.
There's something like around all like the military bases in America. I'm sure I heard this too. That like they've clocked on that like, and it was something to do with these phones. I think that like all the military bases, like no one really seen them doing it, but like there's loads of these like, in inverted commas, mobile phone towers. But the Chinese, like they were put there by the Chinese. And like when they're taking a step back and having a look, they're like, hang on a minute. They're surveilling everything we're doing.
Yeah.
They're literally just all over the place.
Yeah.
Really smart. And don't they own like most of the property in America or something? Most of the businesses or something?
Yeah.
Like they own most of America, the Chinese.
Yeah, it's something crazy, right?
Yeah.
Do you think there's a lot of spies?
Yes. A lot. I think there's a lot of Russian spies.
Yeah, that's it.
That's their thing.
Yeah.
Like Russia are like...
How do you become a spy?
How?
Yeah. No, like, seriously. Obviously, I'm not saying I want to be a spy. But do you think clearly you must work in some sort of army or...
I guess military. That's how it starts, I guess.
Because you don't just get approached on the street.
No.
Yeah, divvy.
No. You'll start with a military type career, I would imagine. And then you work in intelligence you go down that route.
The right country and
there's a lot more. There's a lot of jobs in intelligence that aren't actual spy. That's just the man on the ground. There's a whole team around them. Do you know what I mean? Yes, that's how you do it.
And probably ambassadors. Like being an ambassador, like let's say UK ambassador in China. Obviously, you have a lot of Chinese dinners and you meet a lot of people, and Chinese are like, right, between you and me.
Yeah, Russians were always the best at spies.
Yeah,
weren't they?
Obviously, always in the movies as well, wasn't it?
Yeah. What was it? The KGB?
Yeah.
Putin was one.
A spy?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, I don't know if he was a spy, but he was in the KB. What's that thing called, man?
Yeah.
The KGB.
KGB.
Yeah. That's where he's from. He had that. Yeah, like a. What other KGB?
So yeah, that is correct. Though he worked as a KGB foreign intelligence officer for 16 years.
Yeah, he was lieutenant colonel, so he moved right the way up, and he was top boy in the KGB, which they're a naughty little outfit, KGB like.
Yeah.
And then he got
Didn't they assassinate someone? Or is that
someone? So many people.
No, like someone like a president or something.
Oh, like I'm sure like there's loads of big figures that have been killed by the KGB. I'm sure, loads. But don't the KGB like keep an eye on Russia? I think that's their job.
Well, they killed the president of Afghanistan.
Fuck's sake!
They've killed Borat.
Oh dear. Right.
269
KGB, Foreign
passengers.
Intelligence and Domestic Security Agency of the Soviet Union. During the Soviet era, the KGB's responsibility also included the protection of the country's political leadership. Yeah, I've heard this. The supervision of border troops and the general surveillance of the population. So what the KGB is like, you got Russia, right? Country, right? Presidents, diplomats, military and all this, right? What the KGB were, they like worked separately. They weren't in this umbrella. They worked separately to make sure that there was nothing dodgy going on in this.
Yeah.
Like there was no one in the country set up, giving bits away to other countries. Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
they were proper on top. Like it's dodgy job, that,
Yeah,
isn't
mate.
it? KGB, and like I think they had like all kinds of like you can do what you kind of want. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
If someone needs to go, they
obviously.
need to go.
Yeah.
I like the style. Like they're big on poisoning. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
All that
they
sort of
do,
stuff.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? They don't do straight up like bang
No,
under the
no.
head. They poison you.
Yeah.
Mad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet there's Russian spies everywhere. Of course there will be. That's how they get the information. Do you know what I mean?
It's crazy though.
Yeah.
Living
Do you
that
know
double
what?
life.
There'll be Russian spies in or Russian informers in like high up in American governments and stuff like that. But we just won't know who they are.
Of course.
Of course. They'll be in our government too.
Yeah.
Yeah. They seem to know everything.
Imagine though, I couldn't sleep at night.
No.
Living that double life. Like,
Oh no, yeah, you'd be terrified all the time.
hi Gene. How was your weekend?
Yeah.
What about you? I just had a cheeky little meeting with Putin.
When I think about Russia, like, do you know, since this Ukraine stuff, I know we shouldn't be talking about all this on here because it's nonsense, but
Yeah.
I don't know, like, they're not as hard as we thought they were, are they? Because, like, they've proper not won that war.
Is that planned though?
I don't know.
It
Do you think
seems
it
like
is?
I don't know.
So you think they went out to say, let's do a shit job, basically? Because, like, a lot of people died.
Yeah.
And are dying every day. Loads of Russians.
Yeah.
I think more Russians than Ukrainians
Yeah,
have
yeah,
died.
yeah. I definitely think they weren't expecting Ukrainians to be as ballsy as they are. Mm. And you've got a regular, me and you in Ukraine protecting the country,
Yeah, everybody is.
which is crazy. Hats off. Yeah, I don't know. But surely Putin has got something. Look,
Up his sleeve.
yeah, surely.
Like an ace card.
Like,
Yeah, I
is
think-
he waiting for something like, I don't know.
I think they're called nukes. Like, that's what he's got up his sleeve.
Well, yeah.
Like, if shit kicks off, he can just, I'll just finish it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Himself too. I think he will be that lunatic, but like, I'll die too. Like.
Do you
Anyway.
think-
So yeah, we are definitely on the verge of people killing, people dying.
yeah. People killing, people dying, yeah. Well, welcome to people like us, everyone.
Yo, welcome.
There's the wars and stuff.
Yeah.
Just bring you up to speed what's going on in the world. So, welcome back, Ben.
Yo.
Southpaw, what episode is this?
This is episode 33.
33. Imagine that.
That's more than half a
Yeah.
year now.
Guess
Yeah.
what is happening? And we don't mind sharing this. Let's bring him up. What's happening in here?
Oh, right, yeah, we get...
So,
Yeah,
we
yeah,
met
yeah.
somebody today.
Oh.
Oh my God, mate.
Oh, it's
Shit,
exciting, yeah.
Listen, we're going to put this out there now. This is like a manifestation, right? Mm-hmm. But I'm happy to talk about this here. Tell them, tell all our thousands of viewers, millions of viewers,
Yeah.
what our plan is, and they can watch the progress because I believe on one show it's going to be happening, right?
I believe so.
So,
The guy is called Dan.
he's called Dan Walls.
Right.
Amen to Dan Walls. Dan Walls, you know Dan Walls. You do, because you've worked in a building where you've seen his work. Illumination,
Oh yeah.
wall art.
Yes.
Remember?
Yes. Yeah.
Right, well, Dan Walls, he might listen to this, he came here today. And obviously his career in art
Yeah.
is really moving on. This you're probably older than me.
Yeah.
This guy is gifted.
He's sick, yeah.
He is, everything he does is completely unique, bespoke. So let's bring him up on the picture, Southpaw.
Yeah.
Are you going to plug him at the bottom of this video, yeah?
Absolutely.
So all our millions of viewers,
Yeah.
anybody who wants something done by Dan Walls, get in touch. Illumination wall art, the guy's a genius.
I've done his website
Did you do his website?
back in the day. Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah.
Never. Well,
Many years ago.
Dan Walls came here today.
Right. What are we getting done?
We had a brainstorming hour, throwing ideas at each
Yeah.
other. What we're going to create in here is so unique. No. We ain't having this. But he's moved along now. This guy's doing walls.
Awesome.
Yeah, man. So let's bring up the restaurant where we're taking the inspiration from.
Okay.
So it all starts with our logo, right? This logo came about from the inspiration was a restaurant in Havana, right? So I'm sure half of Cuba listens to this podcast as well, so they'll be familiar with this place.
Oh, awesome.
You recognize that logo?
Yeah.
That's where it came from.
Yeah.
This is a restaurant called El Del Frente?
That's the one.
And I think it means opposite,
Right.
right? It's a hipster, uber cool, special place.
Looks cool.
Yeah, there's something about it.
A lot of fish.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, island country, innit?
Yeah,
Lots
yeah,
of
yeah.
fish. But this is the inspiration. So we're going to take color schemes from this, some of the vibe from this, and we're going to create a piece of art that's done on, we said the boards?
Yeah.
We're going to get MDF boards?
MDF boards.
MDF boards round the room on all these stupid panels. Dan Walls are going to come in, work his magic, and create us art.
Mint.
A piece of art. So the whole setup of this is going to look different. It's going to look... The colours, I mean, as you go through this page here, look at the colours. There's lots of vibrant colours. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like... Yeah, don't look at what's going on. Just see the colours. Like, it just seems so alive, right? Like, the food seems so alive. Like, So, I don't know what he's going to come up with. He's going to come up with something. But Dan Walls is going to do our walls.
I love that. Because this now looks mint.
Doesn't.
It does, though.
The panel's a bad idea.
They're not. Look, it looks very professional.
Right.
And serious, which is not what we are.
We are not serious.
We're not serious.
No.
So what he's going to do will match the personality of the show.
Yeah.
I think that's the best way to describe it.
It's going to be one-off, isn't
100%.
Nobody's going to have what we have.
Bobby Lee who?
Exactly. No, it's going to be special.
Yeah,
like
that's sick, man.
Yeah, man. So we're waiting for some designs first, right, Southpaw?
We are waiting for designs, and I think it'd be really cool to have him on after.
Yeah.
So he can sort of explain his thought process behind it all. But yeah,
imagine he's like, bruh, I just liked it. You know?
Yeah. No, he gets for the future.
Yeah.
But yeah, one of the shows we're going to do will be the week while he's doing it. We thought it'd be quite cool to actually do a shoot whilst he's doing the work. So imagine a shoot where you've got Dan Walls in the background actually making art. Trippy, right?
Yeah.
That'd
be cool, though.
Unusual.
Yeah.
Yeah, really excited. The future is bright.
That's awesome.
You know?
That is very exciting.
Listen, we're not going anywhere.
No.
We're doing this.
Yeah,
you know?
2024, eh?
2024, yeah. Big logo here, what you're saying. Big People Like Us logo.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some of his painting that he does, he's dead clever. I've seen him paint things, and it really looks like a neon light, but it's not a neon light.
Right.
His painting's just that good.
The colours are so... Yeah.
Cool guy, right?
Yeah, I mean, what a job to have, right?
Yeah.
I'd love to do that.
Imagine.
I mean, I couldn't, but I'd love to do it.
Can you draw?
No.
No, I can't either.
I wish I
Can you
could.
draw Southpaw?
not very well.
No,
Yeah, we thought so, mate.
I took art GCSE. We did still art.
Did you?
Yeah, it was terrible, man. There was this thing in the middle of the room, like a table,
Yeah.
with like plants and like a Wellington boot and an umbrella.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We had to draw it with a pencil.
I'd like to go to a class, where they have, like, I don't know, this painting is like, right, you try and replicate it.
Yeah.
I'd like to do that.
Would you do the naked painting?
No.
No.
I knew that was coming. No.
Would you like to go?
No.
I would.
Would you?
I wouldn't get naked.
To a
though.
bloke.
Yeah, just it'd be a good experience.
Experience.
Yeah, it'd be experience. Like, wow, look at all these people. Like, I mean, my picture would be terrible.
Yeah.
It'd be a stick man.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Woo!
But it'd be cool to see.
Yeah, it'll be. Some people are free like that,
You think the people who do it, like who get naked for the painting, do you think they're getting like a bit of a kink out of it? They are, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. They like it, don't they? They like people looking at
You
them, right?
can't not enjoy that to do it, right?
Yeah.
I would be anxious. I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
I'd
You get
like,
stage fright.
Yeah. You would.
Of course you would.
Yeah.
Of course you would.
It's not for me.
Why is that? Anytime like it matters. So I've been on a naked beach before.
Have you?
Yeah. I've been on it.
what?
I've been on a couple.
Right.
Do you know, like, you have them days, right? And I don't mean to be crude because our mum's probably watching this. So I'm going to keep it classy, as I say, right? And, everybody knows the score. Some gentlemen sometimes have moments in a day, in a week, where you would be not mortified if it looked like that all the time.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, I see
It's
what you're
just
saying.
temperature, time of day, how you're feeling.
Yeah.
But right, every time I've gone on this naked beach, my little guy decides.
My little pony.
My little guy decides that he's frightened.
That he's little.
You know what I mean? He's frightened. Yeah. And I remember each time doing it. Like as you know it's coming, you're in your shorts and you're like you start. I think you psych yourself out. You're trying to play it cool.
You get in your head, right?
You get in your head, and when it comes to actually doing it, you're like, oh no. And then you take it off, and it's like. Looks like a bald man poking his head out of a bush.
Don't you think that's the beauty of it because no one cares?
Well,
does it? I don't know.
Well, do you know what, right? Yeah, I get that. Like the Roman statues and stuff, they're not massive.
No.
But there's always them guys on the beach that are having great days.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I remember, like, the last time I did it, and it was the worst time, man. Like, I took them off. I just, horse with a blinker, just went to the sea, didn't look around, got in the sea, obviously freezing cold.
Yeah.
Of course it is. Do you know what I mean? Freezing cold. And then as you're walking back out, obviously there's like gravel and sand and it's on a hill. So you're slipping, you're falling, you're freezing cold.
Yeah.
And as you've walked out, of course you've tried to please wake up. And you've got out. And there was this, I still remember it like it was yesterday. There was this guy just walking down the beach. He looked like he'd been there for 6 months. He had the most beautiful tan. This thing, like this thing hanging down. It's like, oh my, really? Like, really?
Yeah.
Like, are you joking me? Like, seriously? He's walking down, like, not bothered, free. And there's me stumbling, falling, pink. I've got white bits where my shorts have been, and this tiny, tiny, tiny thing.
Oh, brilliant.
I have wished on that day that obviously, as most men do, I don't know if you do, I groom these areas.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? So I groom. Now, normally that helps, it creates, you know what I mean? But on this particular day, it just, like, it made me look like a boy. Do you know what I mean? Like, because it was so bad.
Yeah.
And I remember that day thinking, you should really have loads of pubic hair, 'cause this would help. Do you know what I mean? 'Cause it'd look like there's more going on. Do you know what I mean?
You should be ashamed of yourself.
Yeah. I was like, oh,
Where was this?
Greece.
Greece.
Well, that's one of the places. I've done it a few places.
Have you?
Yeah.
Is it common? Is there a lot of them?
Yeah, there's a lot.
Yeah.
There's a lot of nudist beaches.
Yeah.
Just, they're not obviously, like, public. Do you know what I mean? Like,
They're not
it's kind of something
advertised.
you have to know about.
Google,
You know
yeah.
what I mean?
You know when you like come out the sea, surely you get that urge to like want to cover it.
Yeah,
and you'd be like, oh, but then I'd imagine if you do that on a naked beach, like you just meant to walk with like your hands, your hands in the air.
I don't know.
You can't. Luckily, right? Look, it's a two-edged sword. Yes, on this one particular time, there was this guy, like, absolute nightmare. But I will say, that's a rarity. You'll maybe see one or two of them, but for the most part, you've got older people.
Yeah.
And most of the time, you're like, I'm all right.
Yeah.
It could be worse. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Experience.
Dude. Yeah.
It's strange.
Yeah. Do people just like...
Feels unnatural. Because we've been raised in a society where we don't do that.
Yeah.
It's not something that's natural.
But then, like in a country like Africa, like a lot of the women don't wear bras. Or like, it's not...
Don't wear bras, no.
Why is that funny?
Who's thought about it?
No, but society-wise, I'm just saying, that's not a thing over there.
No. No, it's not. No, don't wear bras. Like, no.
Daniel.
Oh, God.
Anyway, what was the point? I don't know.
I don't know.
How do we move on?
That's how podcasts work. You just go from one thing to another.
Yeah, no.
Nudist beaches.
Oh, my goodness. That's
yeah,
funny.
them.
So Greece, yeah?
Yeah, so Greece, yeah. Yeah, nudist beach. Would you go on a nudist beach?
No.
Definitely not.
Maybe just... If it was me and Tabby in a country where we didn't know anyone, just for the crack, yeah?
Yeah, I mean,
Just
that's the setup. Normally you don't know anybody.
Yeah, just see what it's like. Just
You're never going to see him again.
No, but, I mean... I don't get the purpose of it. Like, if I stumble across it, I'll be like, all right. But I don't think I'll be like, oh, let's go. Like...
You know the first time I ever did it? The first time I ever did it, it was literally for, I'm going to, like, I've heard about this my whole life. I've never done it. I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
Realised it was like, oh, that was a bit off it. But then I will admit, felt quite exhilarated afterwards.
Were you by yourself?
No, I was with somebody the first time.
A man?
A female.
All right.
I've always been with a female.
Yeah, okay.
And I was exhilarated the first time. After that, the other times I've done it, it was to show off with the person I was with. Not show me off, to show that, like, I was
have the
edgy.
courage.
Yeah, that I was edgy.
Look how cool I am.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah. Look, that's what we do. Like, and I wanted to, like...
What, you don't do this in Greece?
Yeah, like, when I was doing it, I was hoping that they were going to be like, oh, no, like, I'm not sure about this. They were like, oh, them. And I was like, oh... Like, oh no, like, yeah, because
You've been cut out.
Yeah, you almost think like ladies don't have as much to worry about.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like it's all the same, innit? Do you know what I mean?
It's a weird one, isn't it? Because for
do
men,
you know like boys like, worry about how big their thing is?
Yeah.
Do they worry how big their
Wait, no, I don't think
Thing
they
is-
That's fine. But as society, like for men, they make it such a joke. It's like, who cares? But it's such a stigma around boys. Like, oh well, isn't it?
It's
Yeah.
a massive stigma.
Yeah,
Yeah, it is.
It shouldn't be though.
No, it shouldn't be.
Well, because we are created how we are created.
That's how it should be.
Yeah.
Nobody should
No.
judge.
No.
But we do. Because this is the real world, you know? Is what it is.
Yeah, it's...
Would you go naked beach, Southpaw?
I've never been. I don't see why not. If I'm obviously out there, similar scenario of you, just out there.
Are we going to do a podcast team?
podcast, Naked Beach podcast? I can't
Live
see-
stream.
Yeah. Hi, guys.
Southpaw's little white ass.
Yeah.
Slipping over in that shit.
The way he did that, it was like a baby.
Oh, God, yeah.
No, man, I can't be doing that with you boys. Like,
No, I wouldn't. With anyone.
I wouldn't do that with the boys.
Oh, no, I wouldn't do it with boys.
I get stage fright when I go in a urinal. I can't weave. There's someone next to me.
No, I'll avoid them.
Yeah, no, but I physically can't if there's someone next to me. As soon as they go, I can wee. It's a mental thing.
What, so you just stand there with it out?
Well, I try not to go because now I know. I found out. It's a thing. Google it. It's apparently
What? Men can't wee next to each other.
Why can't men wee with men stood next to them or something like that? It's a thing.
Is it?
Yeah. Obviously, if I really have to go, I go.
You have to go, yeah.
But I try not to go. I try to avoid them. It's just
Me too.
because let's be honest, you're always like it's hard because it's like there's something there you don't want to look, but it's like
He's doing it.
oh no.
And you know he's done it to you too.
Yeah.
He's looked. Do you know?
That's so bad.
Oh, no.
Yeah, some guys are a little bit pee shy, and it's hard for them to start their floor if other people are around. So you face said issue.
But what's the name of it?
I don't think there's a name.
The
mate.
Riz Mate.
He's so aggressive. He's so angry.
The backsplash.
Oh,
It's a big
that's
reason.
Bad
Men
backsplash.
avoid urinals. What?
It doesn't really say, mate.
Google. What is it called when a guy can't pee?
I mean, I've talked about this in here before.
What's the disease called?
What does it mean? Someone chooses.
No. Anyway, I'm sure there's a proper name. You know how people. It's a phobia.
It's actually a phobia.
Yeah.
It's not about the worry of someone looking at you.
No, it's a phobia apparently. I don't think I have that. No, like
I mean, I've talked about this in here
Oh.
before.
look,
What? What the what?
paruresis.
Paru-
It's often first experienced in school. The condition affects men and women of all races. It might
Yeah.
performance
For
anxiety,
example, a man at public urinal may find it he's unable to urinate when flanked by other men.
What's flanked mean? Stood next to.
Yeah.
maybe. Do you reckon because maybe they had a bad experience in school or got bullied or probably
Dunno,
right?
Maybe.
I
yeah,
remember being like in year 4 or 5 at school, and I hadn't been taught you only just pull your wiener out.
You did it
And
all.
I did the whole pants thing, and
What? Are you not meant to?
Imagine you did that now.
it was brutal, and I found that out.
I dare you next time you go to the toilet. Just bum
That
out.
would be brilliant.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, that would be brilliant. Imagine.
One of my mates religiously does that on a night out. Like, you'll walk in
Yeah.
and he says, I'm going for a week. And then you
He drops them all the way.
You walk in, he's just there with his ass out.
Little white
He
cheeks.
just loves to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, there was always that kid at school that did that. So that was you, was it?
That
Southpaw?
was me until about year 5, and I got absolutely ridiculed, mate.
That's why you have paralucis or whatever you call
I
it.
don't have that, mate, no, but yeah, that was awful times for me, like.
I mean, we've talked about it before. Why are urinals a thing? Why, like, they don't have them in girls' toilets? They
Well,
just have toilets.
Yeah, but a girl's not going to sit there like...
It's more awkward for a girl, I think.
Yeah.
No, you're not hearing what I'm saying,
No, I do. I am.
right?
But it's
So,
helpful. Saves time, no?
What saves time?
Having so many urinals, space, you can have multiple blokes at the same time going for a week.
Right, but I put it to you, sir. Okay, let's look at a urinal, right?
Right.
Or these pots that kick about, right? They're not right next to each other. There's a space.
Yeah.
Well, you could turn that in. The same space could be cubicles with a
couldn't-
toilet in.
There's regulations. There need to be a certain width and...
They need to have boxes around them
Yeah,
and stuff. And
it's
I mean,
not
do you
as
not
easy.
always, on every nightclub, do you not just, I always feel like a little bit buzzing that I'm a boy when you walk past a massive queue of girls in like the nightclub that are waiting
That's
for the
true.
toilet.
Yeah, it works.
I
better.
would have no problem if every urinal had like a big screen between them. Do you know what I mean? Like,
No, you do. That's
Some
the
of
thing
them
in
do.
airports,
Some
isn't it?
do.
Isn't it?
yeah.
Older ones, you just get the metal trough.
Yeah, now
Yeah,
that's
that-
weird. Like a stadiums.
I
Yeah,
quite
yeah.
like them.
Do you?
Yeah, I'm a big fan of
You
them.
get a backsplash on them,
That's a
mate.
backsplash.
Do you know what I
You
mean?
Yeah.
Never mind your shoes.
No, you got to poo at poo. You got to wee at an angle on a downwards.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh,
God,
mate.
and you feel it splashing on your fingers. Oh,
So-
no.
In Romania, back in there, I remember in train station they had like, if you needed a number 2, there wasn't an actual toilet. It was like a big metal thing where you would,
What?
so you would have to just kind of squat.
No.
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah.
I've heard
Is it too close to me? Yeah. Okay.
I've heard before. My mum, she went to, I think it was Turkey, which, look, I'm not saying anything bad about it. I'm sure it's a lovely country. But I'm sure she said she was in Turkey and she went to use a public toilet once. And when she went into the cubicle, it was just a hole in the floor.
Yeah, that's basically what I'm talking about.
Like it was like tiles and stuff.
Yeah,
but it was
yeah.
just a hole
That's quite
where you squat down and pee.
it's fairly normal.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, used to be back in the day.
right. You're not doing it though, are you?
No,
No. I'm interested in this.
I mean you had to back then. You didn't have a choice.
I'm interested in this number 2 squat thing. What's that? Explain
It's
it.
the same kind of thing. Like you would have to poo like that. Yeah,
Oh dear, that's a sorry affair, that isn't it?
it wasn't. Or was it just for weed? I'm thinking of. I don't remember that. I'll be honest.
What happens if like a lady? Okay, so I get the premise of this, but like, what happens if a lady's like old and she can't crouch? You know, what if a lady?
Oh, wow,
dear
that's vile.
Me.
That is vile.
What country is this in? Asian toilet holding on. So there's loads of women doing this.
Next to each other as well. That's awful. That. Oh my goodness.
Oh my god. Why does
There's
one of the
n-
end get a toilet?
There's no dividers yet.
Like, what's that
Yeah,
about?
That's a prize.
she sat there just smiling.
I know. Yeah, imagine you got the toilet.
So how is it?
That's rough.
That's
by the way.
rotten.
Imagine. I love that picture there, look. Sit on the toilet, don't crouch on it. Wow. Wow.
Imagine you miss and you get a backsplash. Yeah. Anyway, that would not be ideal, would it?
No.
Oh, my
What's
goodness.
this here? What's this? Come here. What's this one here? Over here. Yeah, what's
There.
this? What's going on with this tank? What's this? What's that? What's the water for?
That's what you wash your hands in, of course.
I don't think it is, mate.
Yeah,
I feel like there's a more ominous
tap,
thing.
there's-
That's basing for the.
Oh, is that a bum wash?
Oh, no.
Is it?
Yeah, maybe, mate.
I don't think it is. I think the water goes in the toilet from there.
Can you imagine what these places smell like?
Yeah, like peppers. No. Anyway, then moving on.
Rotten bastards.
That's awful. Have you seen the whole?
Probably.
I don't think you have.
I probably
You might have. Have you seen the crack with the airplane, United Airlines? With the panel falling off.
Oh, the door?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was a old emergency. Bring that up,
It was
mate.
the exit, right?
Yeah. So it used to be a old exit.
Yeah, I've seen it.
So there was a panel on it, and flipping came
Was
off.
it
didn't
Alaskan Airlines, I think it was?
I think United Airlines.
I think it was Alaskan.
I think it was United.
Okay,
mate.
it was
Is
United.
it that
Airlines.
one?
Yeah, that is it. So that used to be an old.
It was a door, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's not.
No, that's not it, mate. That's definitely something else.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is it. Basically, used to be a door. They blocked it off, and it came off during the flight.
Oh my word.
Have you heard about it?
Yeah, I've seen
So
some of it.
the 2 people apparently who were meant to sit there, they missed a flight.
Yeah. Can you imagine?
I mean, you don't have your seatbelt on, straight out, aren't you?
I was thinking about this though. Does the wind suck you out, or is it so fast where the wind doesn't actually come in? I don't know how it works.
Who knows?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My brain tells me that it would suck you.
Yeah, same.
That's terrifying, that though.
Like, how fast is an airplane going?
600
Yeah,
miles an hour.
Yeah, 600.
Can you imagine if you were the people that were supposed to be sat on that seat, right? So that was supposed to be your seat. And it says in the news that the 2 people that were sitting in these seats had missed their flight. If I was that person now, you would never, that would be a sign to never fly again. You would never get on an aeroplane again.
I tell you what though, if I was sat there and had my seatbelt on and I was fine at the end, I would be a rich man.
Why?
I'd be suing their asses off, mate.
What would you sue for?
You joking?
If you're not injured?
My brother, you have
Trauma.
trauma for life.
Oh,
And
maybe.
like respectfully so, you would.
Yeah,
like
probably.
you'd be terrified.
Do you think it'd work? Yeah, I mean, look, to be fair, that's what travel insurance is, right? Oh, no. That's
No,
for
that's
get
for
injured
you-
in a
yeah,
different
yeah.
country, innit?
They offered everyone 10 grand.
What did American Airlines?
Yeah.
Right.
Every passenger
Well,
in that
you
plane.
pass on that, don't you? Because
Yeah.
they know they're in trouble.
Yeah. Everyone was like, nah.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, Yeah, that flight's going to cost them a bit of money. But if you think, it's not the end of the world. United Airlines is a huge company. So there was, 200 people on the plane?
Yeah, let's
so
say...
everyone gets 100 grand?
Yeah.
Like, whatever.
20 million, whatever.
It's one plane. Do you know
Yeah,
what I mean?
it's a lot, isn't it, boys?
Yeah, whatever. It's very unusual. Like, it won't happen again.
But it's a strange one, isn't it? Because apparently there was nothing wrong with it. They checked it, like guys checked, so...
I mean, who's checking it?
Have you seen them check a plane, though, sometimes? They just, like, wipe their hand or whatever. I swear, like, that's all they check.
I hate it when you see, like... I'm obviously not taking away from any airline stuff, but you know when you see
Ryanair, yeah.
You know when you see, absolutely that. But you know when you see like
what?
a small like young flight attendant, and you just like you've got to trust her to shut the plane door. You know, it's like, oofed. I don't know about this.
And it's fucking Emma, 22-year-old.
Yeah.
Like, she's just been on WhatsApp. Do you know, like she's just not listening.
Yeah.
Hi, guys. Welcome to my chat. Yeah.
I'm gonna shut the plane door now.
Yeah.
But have you actually seen them do it? They asked 3 security measurements. It's impossible not to do it, right?
I still don't trust
I know
it.
what you mean, though. I know what you mean.
Yeah.
And they actually have to check. If you do it, the other person comes and the other person needs to check your door, and you have to check the door. They're closed. There's 2 doors on each side.
Oh, is that?
By the way, yeah.
Oh, so they
right.
double check each
Yeah,
other's
they have to.
doors.
I still don't feel much safer, but thank you.
I know what you mean. Yeah, I know what you mean. It's you just think it's Ryanair or like Wizz Air. It's like something's gonna happen, right?
Yeah, when it's Ryanair, that always, God bless Ryanair.
Yeah.
You know, cheap flights, great. But whenever I'm on a Ryanair flight, I always do feel
On
more
edge.
worried.
Yeah.
Why is it when you're on a British Airways flight, you feel fine? I do. I've only ever been on one British Airways flight, and I thought, safe as houses.
Yeah.
Did?
I've
Thought
never
safe
been
as
on.
houses.
Yeah.
We just went on one.
I've completely forgot what I was going to say.
But aeroplanes, not to freak anybody out, but I always like, you know, like, because like this is what happens, right? So like you pick a Ryanair flight, right?
Yeah.
In the summer, let's pick the Newcastle to Mallorca. One,
Yeah.
Right? Happens all day, every day.
Yeah.
Those planes, they start in Newcastle, fly to Mallorca, they literally unload some people and just pick up the trash or rubbish.
Yeah.
And then a new load get on.
Yeah.
And like an hour later, they set back off again.
Yeah.
Like, so this is going on all the time,
Yeah.
right? Like, at what point do they think, oh, this plane needs to be retired? Or do they just wait till something happens? Do you know what I mean?
Surely they get thingy checked every couple of thousand miles. And
Like, how can you check though? Because like, you can't check if something's going to break. It just breaks.
But I think there's so many sensors and there's nothing wrong. Like, I think it's very hard for a plane to break mid-flight. Or have you ever heard of a plane break mid-flight?
I've been on some aeroplanes before, and I was sitting at the window where you could see the wing, and I remember the wing flapping and flapping because of the weather.
Oh, right, okay.
And it was and you're thinking, God, like if that just goes a bit further, just snap.
See ya.
Yeah.
It's designed like that, though.
So it says approximately every 400 to 600 flight hours, a check is performed. And
That's too long.
This can normally take 50 to 70 man hours and is usually performed in an airport hangar.
No, but when they say that, they probably check everything, every sensor,
Yeah,
every
you'd think so.
screw, every bolt, every...
All the electrics.
Yeah.
But like 600 flight hours to get to Mallorca, it's 2.5 hours. So my math serves me right. It's making about 200 trips before it gets checked. More, 300 trips sometimes. If you were on like trip number 250 of 300 and it hadn't been checked, you wouldn't know. But you,
It's just... I trust it, though. Honestly, I would trust the plane more than anything.
really?
Yeah, more than a car, more than...
Do you not get nervous
No.
on a plane?
not at
Never.
all, Not at all.
I'm convinced every flight I'm going to crash.
I've only ever... I'll tell you in a second. But I also think they have so many sensors for absolutely everything. Like, if something goes wrong, they'll know straight away. Like a flag.
I get that, but if something goes wrong, it's not like in a car.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
There's
if something
no room,
bad goes wrong, see you later.
There's no room for error up there. If you get a flat tire in a car, hopefully, if you're going slow enough, it won't bother you.
Yeah.
But if anything goes wrong up there, it's game over.
So this is stats from 2023, but apparently it's less than 1 in a million of a chance of you getting into a plane crash.
Yeah.
1 in a million.
Yeah. 1 in 11 million.
They're good odds.
Yeah. Google Tarom, Tarom plane. So this is the only plane that I've ever been on.
Where's Tarum from?
Romania.
So it's a Romanian airline.
Yeah. It's a
Is it
small
broke?
airplane. It's
Oh,
them.
no.
It's got
Propellers.
mate. For the first
Why
time.
were you on this plane? Where was it going?
So it was
Internal flight.
internal flight
So
from
from
Timisoara
Timisoara.
to Bucharest.
Yeah,
That went
yeah.
this year. My brother, the air, the way you feel it in this, like you probably have to duck as well when you get in. It's not tall enough.
Right.
I thought I was going to die. I'll be honest, the only time, and I was sat next to Tabby, she was nervous and I was trying to pretend I'm not.
But you were.
Yeah, I was bricking him it because you feel every bump, bump. There's no bumps, but you feel every, so much more.
Little planes move more than big planes, don't they?
Much more. They're safe, apparently, but I've also heard, apparently, they are known for faking, passing planes that shouldn't be passed and
Oh God.
faking MOTs.
Yeah, and you did your research before you got
Yeah,
on,
no, I found out after.
Oh, right, good.
Honestly, so apparently they fake MOTs for an airplane, if that's a thing. See, this is all I've heard, but...
Yeah, risky business.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't like to fake an MOT for an airplane that I'm getting on.
No.
But surely the flipping pilot wouldn't like to get on it. Do you know what I mean?
Well,
that's fine. That's a normal...
Maybe he doesn't know.
Yeah.
You know? He's got stamped, right?
Look at that. Look at the propellers. They don't even look real.
No. They just look like little sticks.
And when you see it, taking off, it's like a motor. It's weird.
You
ever
been in a helicopter?
No.
No, I never actually.
No, same.
I'd like to.
I think I'd be worried
Yeah.
to go in one.
You wouldn't think it's safe, would you, for some reason?
Doesn't make any sense.
They just have a stick and they lift it up and...
Yeah, the doors are open.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Helicopters crash more than planes, right? The odds of a helicopter crash. I think so.
And I know someone who died on a helicopter.
Really?
Yeah.
What was the circumstance? That's awful.
Very windy, and it crashed.
And died?
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, obviously.
They do have a higher crash rate for reasons such as helicopters flying at lower altitudes, speeds than planes, which exposes them to more hazards, obstacles such as power lines, buildings, trees and birds.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not going on a helicopter. No, that's not for me.
Yeah.
I mean, you do know your odds getting in a car crash and dying are a lot more high than jumping in a plane.
For sure. It makes sense.
Of course.
Also, motorways are safest, did you know?
I didn't.
Yeah. What do you think is the most... What has the highest death rate in the UK? What road?
Single carriageway. Like a single carriageway, 60 mile an hour road.
Country back.
Countries back.
Yeah.
Oh, is it country?
Yeah. It's because you crash and a car might not get by for another half an hour and you could be sat there
trees left, right and centre.
Do you know, country roads, I know because we have obviously international viewers from all over the world. For those who aren't from the UK, let me explain. In England, we have country roads and they're literally maybe as thin as this table, right? There's only enough room for one car.
Yeah.
But that's a 60 mile an hour road. 60 miles an hour.
Yeah.
You would struggle to get up to 60 miles an hour on that road. You'd be a rally driver and it's a two-way thing.
Yeah.
It's crazy, right?
Yeah.
Really, these should be all changed, right? To 20 miles an hour. I mean, look at that.
I do like going faster than I'm not going to lie.
That's crazy. That's a 60 miles an hour road.
Yeah.
Could you get up to 60 miles an hour on that road?
Easy.
No, you couldn't, Ben.
Of course I could. Do you know who I am? No, I couldn't. Shout out Cardo.
Yeah. I mean, it's terrifying.
Yeah.
It's mad, isn't it?
Yeah. It's something, mate. You don't really... But, okay, so here's the mad thing. Google National Road, Romania.
What?
A national road.
National road?
Yeah. So, Romania has one of the highest... Okay, of course, they're showing you the most beautiful road in Romania.
Oh.
That's very well known. Top
That's
Gear.
pretty.
That's
pretty.
Yeah, Top Gear went there. It's unreal.
Oh, I remember that episode.
Yeah. Village. Right Village after National Village Road or whatever. Basically, my point is that there's hardly any motorways in Romania. They're getting built a lot more and more.
Okay.
So it's very... People overtake all the time. So there's small roads, and sometimes if you're stuck behind a tractor, is what it is.
Yeah.
People overtake like crazy. So...
Is that a national highway in Romania?
What,
on the right?
No, it's just...
Is that your A1?
Yeah. No, that's M16, I think, mate.
Yeah.
18, whatever. Obviously it's not showing you, but yeah. So it's just basically like a back road, what we know here.
The whole country is a back road.
Yeah, it used to be anyway.
Basically.
There's getting a lot more motorways now. But, so people have to overtake all the time, and they're not patient. They just boom, boom. But they overtake, they see a car coming, and they'll risk it, mate. They don't care. It's absolutely mental. I've seen nothing like it.
Have you ever driven in Romania?
I have for the first time this year. Actually,
What was that like?
terrifying.
Terrifying.
Everyone's a crazy driver like me.
Right.
Like, I'm the other one out in the UK, so I'm allowed to be like that.
Yeah.
In Romania, everyone's like me. Everyone's a divvy. Like, honestly, though, it's just... it's weird. You keep going for the gear. Obviously, it's the other side of the road, isn't it? If it was the same as the UK, I think it'll be fine.
Brazil was an interesting drive. I think I've mentioned it before.
Oh, no, I don't think it...
God, it was terrifying. Like the first time I'd driven was last time I went. Obviously, full of big ideas. Got there, luckily I had an automatic.
Okay.
So it didn't matter.
That's the big thing.
So I thought it was no problem.
Yeah.
So I'd got in this hire car and I thought, I'm going to nip to a shop, easy, right?
Yeah.
Just jump in the car, drive to a shop, right? Oh, how out of my depth I was.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember setting off and finding myself
my goodness.
in something like this. Yeah, it was, there was just multiple lanes. It was in dead standstill. There was people walking through the lanes. There was people trying your door, shouting stuff in Portuguese at you. You didn't know what they were saying.
Yeah.
I didn't know whether they were being aggressive or that's just how they talked. Oh, mate.
There's no rules, is there?
It feels like there's no rules.
Yeah. In traffic, like, there's no... So I always say the UK is done for the dumb. Like,
It's made for the
any idiotic person can drive in the UK. It's all very well written,
Organised.
signs, proper.
Yeah, it's organised.
But that's not what you get in the rest of the world.
Yeah. Welcome to England,
Yeah.
We've got it together.
I love it.
I remember in the Brazil thing, I remember, just to follow on that story, I remember I ended up driving, right? And I was following like a sat-nav. And where I was trying to get to, you can imagine, some of the traffic was moving.
Yeah.
And it was telling me to get to this lane, but I couldn't get to this lane because it was all just thingy. So I started getting in a big stress. It was nighttime, it was raining. I was having a panic attack. I ended up just going where I could go, like trying to move over. And people don't let you over. Do you know what I mean? They don't let you over.
Not a
Like,
thing.
it's hell on.
Yeah.
And after a while, I figured, it trying to reroute me. And I'd come off this, like, not a motorway, but like a multi-lane road. Anyway, as I was driving down, the sat-nav was trying to take me back to the shop that I was trying to get to. But I seen a shop as I was going.
Right.
And I was like, oh, Sam, there's a shop.
Yeah.
So I just pulled over. And, thinking, suss this easy, easy.
Yeah.
And I jumped out. And there's me looking stupid, gold chain on, all my new gear on, like this, with my iPhone in my hand, pressing this fancy car button, locking it. I turn around and there's all these bad lads stood at the shop. There must have been about 15 of them.
Yeah.
And I haven't noticed them as I've got out. It's like a dark area, and I've literally turned around, and every one of them has just stopped, and they've said nothing, and they're just looking at me, and I have to literally like walk through them to get into the shop. You can imagine I was like, I think this is the end of me. And like when I was in the shop thinking, I've got to come back out here. Like, luckily nothing happened. But yeah, I know there wasn't a big crescendo to the story.
Luckily, you are quite an intimidating guy.
Thank you. Thank you.
Comparing to me.
I hope so.
Like,
yeah.
and you've got a resting bitch face anyway.
Thank you.
He does, doesn't he? Like
me, I look miserable.
Yeah, you do.
I'm smiling. Look how happy I am.
Yeah, shut up, man. You never smile when you see me like.
No, it's Botox.
Yeah,
that's what that is. That's Botox. It does that to you. Gives you that angry look.
Anyway, you don't look the friendliest, the most approachable. I'd say.
I've missed a bit of the story out. What I tried to do is
you had a pink hoodie on.
Yeah. No, what I tried to do
boys get sad
is
too,
look
top one.
tough.
Yeah, but I tried to pretend I was Portuguese.
Hola.
So I did and I didn't realise this till after the event. So when I've gone in the shop thinking I'm going to get jumped on the way out, I thought, Dan special, fake phone call.
Yeah.
So I've put the phone to my ear as I've walked out, obviously made sure it's on silent in case anyone rings me, do you know what I mean? So I've walked out and I'm going, see, blah, blah, blah. And then nothing happened. I got in the car and I thought, I'm in Portugal, not Spain. Yeah, it didn't work, mate.
What's yes in Portuguese?
I don't know. I hope it might have been C. I never looked into it.
I actually don't know.
I don't know. What's Portuguese for yes? Did I get that right? Was it C?
C's. Si, senor. I don't know.
I don't know. But yeah, I thought that saved me.
Imagine them guys shaking their head like, what an idiot. Oh, these Brits.
Yeah. And they probably knew, what idiot.
Yeah, it's Sim.
Sim. Maybe I got
like...
No, Sim. SIM.
Maybe I
Sim.
got away with it.
Sim. Yeah, maybe.
See. Maybe.
Like, oh, look at him.
No, but I
Maybe.
guess even if you're speaking another language, you're a lot more cultured and you're probably clued up.
But
That's what
like
they
English
might have
to
thought.
Spanish to them is like foreign either way, right?
Yeah, probably.
Like if someone comes and speaks English or someone speaks Spanish, you're not Brazilian. Do you know what I mean?
But maybe there's a lot more Spaniards over there.
No,
Like, you don't think?
nah, not Spaniards in Brazil. No more than English.
Sorry, I keep thinking you're in Portugal. You're Brazil, yeah.
They speak Portuguese.
Yeah.
But I suppose South America, there's a lot of Spanish-speaking countries, so they might have thought it was like
maybe.
neighbourly and that. Do you know what I mean?
Could you pass? Yeah, you could pass as Brazilian,
Well,
I guess.
You know, I've been in the sunbeds a lot.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know,
You love
maybe
it.
they thought, but I've got blue eyes. Not many blue-eyed people, is there? All sort of like
there
dark
not?
eyes sort of thing.
Did you know there's no gingers in Romania?
I didn't.
Yeah, I haven't seen a ginger till I moved to the UK.
What?
Really?
Yeah,
Why? How?
I don't know. Well, obviously,
How's that possible?
as far as I remember, like I've asked my parents as well. I don't know any gingers. I haven't seen any gingers in Romania. I haven't. Honestly. Well, and they mainly like Irish and like comes from. Where did you just come from? What? No, like serious question though. Where did they
Yeah,
originate from?
I think it's Celtic. I think
Right?
it's like Scottish and
Yeah.
Irish. Yeah. I think
Therefore,
so.
there's not a lot of Scots in Romania. No, like. I know. Yeah.
I can't believe I'm typing this. Where did gingers come
I'm
from?
interested though.
Yeah. So it says here.
It's not out of Africa. That's nonsense. Did you think it? What's happening here?
Ireland.
What are we looking for?
Red hair evolved to help
Ireland.
people produce vitamin D in chilly places with little sunlight. Think Ireland. Yeah, so
Ireland.
that's what I had in my mind, Ireland as well.
Is red hair Irish or Scottish? What causes gingers? Like it's a disease. What causes this infliction?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a gene located on the chromosome 16, whatever that means.
Right.
Right, Google, are there gingers in Romania?
I've typed that, mate. It didn't really give me much.
No, fair. Yeah.
Right.
No, but
But that's it. Okay.
yeah,
The
just
fact
red
is
eggs.
you've never seen them.
Yeah.
So what
Wild,
did you
right?
think when you first seen one?
It's like, what on earth? No.
Had you seen them on the telly before?
I just never
Didn't think they were real.
clocked.
They're like
Like,
unicorns.
I've seen redheads, like fake redheads, you know what I mean? Like, people dyeing their hair, like girls.
You'd
Like
seen
red.
Willy Wonka though, hadn't you? Oompa Loompas.
Well, I haven't seen that. I've seen that in the
green
UK.
hair.
No. Oh yeah, they might actually.
Oompa Loompa has a green hair, man, not ginger. They have a ginger face. You're thinking
Yeah,
of the
yeah,
orange
yeah.
face.
They've got
Oh yeah, green hair. Sorry. yeah.
Is there any Oompa Loompas in Romania?
quite a few, yeah.
Is there?
No, yeah.
So the first time you seen, were you weirded out?
I
Did you
wouldn't say I
think-
was weirded out. Which not something you come across. So,
No,
um,
I didn't know that.
yeah,
But it makes sense, you know.
I'd love a ginger kid.
Sorry?
I don't think it's possible though.
Yeah, it is. It can just happen as a hit and miss thing.
Is it? But
Yeah,
I'm
yeah, yeah.
Romanian. Tabby's Romanian.
Doesn't matter. Sometimes they just come out.
But why haven't I seen? Well, I've got a ginger beard patch.
Have you?
Yeah. So if I let it grow, it's ginger here, and my dad's exactly the same.
Well, you've got it in your.
Same spot in my
You've
jeans.
got some in your jeans then. There's
Ooh.
you know, touch of ginge.
I'd love touch of ginger.
Touch of ginge.
I'd love a ginger kid.
Got a bit of that chromosome 16.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know,
With freckles.
I'm like I have a little touch of it sometimes. You know,
Yeah.
like before my hair went grey and dyed.
Yeah.
I used to look at it in light sometimes, and there was a few little, I think you're
Ginger
not far
bits.
off. Like,
Yeah.
and like my dad will kill me for saying it because he will watch this, but he used to, you know, he wasn't ginger,
Yeah.
but sometimes there was a little tinge, you know, and you think,
Got a bit of ginger there.
yeah, you're not straight brown hair.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
there's a
yeah.
little something in it,
Makes sense.
little highlight.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, did you know?
I know everything.
No. There's this website. Have you ever done your ancestors test? So there's this new thing that I've heard of the other day where you take saliva thing, sample,
Yeah, I've heard about this.
and you send it, and they
Yeah,
tell you. But apparently, for example, I was just speaking to someone from Romania actually. They've done it, and they found out they have cousins in Germany,
All right.
and because them Germans have done it, and they have the same surname as his mother before she got married.
Okay.
So like you're Brown, let's say, yeah, Dan Brown. Someone might have done the test in Ireland called whatever Brown, and somehow it turns out you're related. Pretty cool. So you can actually get in touch with them. They send you a photo of what they look like.
Hang on. But how do they know Okay, so like
From the
for
saliva.
my second name, Brown.
Yeah.
Oh, from the DNA.
Yeah, DNA.
Huh.
So the DNA's match has nothing to do with the name. The name matched, so therefore he knew for sure they were cousins.
Right. Well, not for sure. If you have the same second name, you might not be related to them.
Right, but
Right.
basically what he was saying, they were from the same village, same city, originally, somehow, anyway. But DNA and name together, he said, okay, they're definitely cousins, so he got in touch with them.
Huh.
Interesting, right?
Yeah, really.
Because I guess there's some, people who don't know their parents. Imagine finding out your parents from DNA sample they did. That'd be cool.
Imagine finding. Oh, you mean if you didn't know your parents?
Yeah, if you didn't know your parents.
Yeah,
Or you
yeah.
were adopted and,
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
like...
Interesting. I didn't know the DNA thing worked like that. I didn't know that from some DNA it could link you like distant relatives. I didn't know you could do that.
Apparently the database is so big and it's so it only works if they've done the test too.
And they've ticked the box to say like, want to be linked to people. Sort of
They
thing.
can't just match you with so and so if they haven't done it. Yes, they have a massive database and they can say you're 30% Irish or whatever. And they asked this British guy who did it. It was like, is there anything you wouldn't like to be? He's like, please don't. I hope I'm not German. I hate Germans. 80% German.
How could you say something like that?
He did live on telly as well.
Listen, truth be told, I'd be mortified if I had German.
Would you?
Yeah, mortified.
Should we do it next time and reveal
do it.
our DNAs on?
I'll
here?
do it. I think I've heard somewhere from somebody that there might be German in my family somewhere. I'm sure. I can't remember who that was off. I can't remember. I know there's definitely some Irish, definitely some Scottish. But I feel like somebody once told me that one of my relatives might have had some German in them.
I reckon I'm 40% Hungarian.
Yeah.
So my granny...
Why is that? Because your mum's Hungarian?
No, my
Because you'd be
that would
50%
Yeah,
Hungarian,
no,
oh, yeah.
No, my
You know what
gran
I mean?
is,
All Hungarian.
or half. Like, her and my mum always speak Hungarian.
Huh.
Um,
Well, you're 50% Hungarian then, right?
well, my mum wasn't born there, so I don't know exactly how it works.
Was she born to two full Hungarians or just one
No,
half? Of...
just one half.
Oh, it comes right down to like quarter or eighth.
Yeah, anyway, it'll be cool to see, though, just...
Yeah.
Um,
You're definitely Irish, right, Southpaw?
Yeah, I got a lot of Irish.
Yeah.
Yeah, my nana was like full Irish. My mum's half, so I'm technically a quarter. But I've got like over 40 or 50 Irish cousins that I haven't even met. I went to a funeral the other week.
Really?
And like I had to go and introduce myself to a lot of
Top of the
cousins.
morning, too.
Literally to a lot of cousins that I hadn't met yet. And it was just
Yeah.
crazy. But yeah.
Do you think, like, over time, because obviously if you go back hundreds of years, intercontinental travel, international travel was incredibly rare. So there wasn't much spreading,
No.
like races.
Yeah.
Obviously now, you can, once upon a time there probably was never half-caste people. Once upon a time there wasn't somebody who was half Hungarian, half.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
very rare. Do you think if that's on the basis that the human race is still here in 10,000 years, do you think there'll be a point in the future where in 10,000, 20,000, 100,000 years, whatever, that there's no races anymore and there is just everybody is just a mixture of everything?
Yeah.
Everyone's just
Yeah, I mean,
diluted.
it's pretty much it now, isn't it?
No, not quite.
Not fully,
No.
but it's getting there.
I mean, there's still places in Papua New Guinea where they're still eating each other. Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean? They've
no,
never been
sorry,
discovered.
I'm thinking like not modern countries, but like...
But that'll happen one day, right?
Yeah, I think
we'll
so.
all be totally
I think
diluted,
so, I
won't
think
we?
so. But, yeah, I mean, you just go to London, flipping, there's no Brits. Like, full 100% born and bred, like, you know what I mean?
I know. Do you think there is somebody who's 100% English? No such thing, right? Like, where they've got no anything. I mean, I'm saying English
Probably.
because I'm here, but like
Probably.
any other country.
Yeah.
I bet there is in some countries. I bet there's like people in China, for example, that they are 100% Chinese.
Not even that, I think in Romania they will be.
Yeah.
Like-
But in England, I bet there isn't many,
Yeah.
because that would mean that every one of your ancestors had to have been 100% English. There can't ever have been a mix of anything.
That's mad, isn't it?
I don't think there'll be such a thing anymore, right? Certainly there isn't in America. There's no such thing.
No. China, you're probably right.
Yeah.
They'll be very, we stay with our people. And
Because there'll be people who live in like the countryside of China.
Oh, yeah.
Where it's just forever. That's
Yeah.
just been where they're
the
from.
Amish, they're definitely
Yeah. Well, they're Irish
Some of
descent,
them.
right? They've got Irish in them.
Pennsylvania, yeah.
Oh no, didn't we say they were German? Got German
Started-
heritage?
Yeah, Germany.
Yeah.
But in Pennsylvania somehow.
Yeah.
Weird one.
I know. Why choose that?
Yeah. Interesting, isn't it?
Speaking about like families and stuff, here's an interesting one for you.
Go on.
So my dad was at this funeral, and he was like speaking to two. They're not related to us, but two lesbians, and he was getting on well with them, and they were like, "Oh my God, we would love you to be our sperm donor."
What?
Sorry, what? Repeat
What
that
a crazy question to
What,
be
just
asked.
randomly like that?
Just randomly, asked him.
Let's just rewind again, just because I zoned out there. Tell me that again. What happened?
So we were at this funeral, and everyone's cracking on, everyone's getting to know each other, and there was two people who were friends of the family.
Two lesbian girls.
Who came, to share their respect, which was nice. However, later on in the evening, when everyone got a little bit tipsy, they made said request, and the next day woke up and had a request on Facebook from one of them.
Who got the request?
My dad, to be their sperm donor.
No way.
Yeah. So I was just going to go on to this topic of this sperm donor who fathered, because this came out literally the next day on the BBC, which was dead weird. It's a sperm donor who fathered 550 children ordered to stop.
Right.
How crazy is that? Like, and if he tries to do it,
He could be fined 100 grand if he tried to donate again.
yeah, because you get like 1,500 quid, you know.
Do you?
For being a sperm donor, yeah, each time.
No way.
But you've
Is this
obviously
England too?
you've got to live with the responsibility of one day through Ancestry, the site you're on about. They could come back to you one day in the future, knock, knock, knock. How you doing? I'm your son. But
It's a wild one to me. I could never do it
yeah, I couldn't do it. Like,
because it's part of me. Like, that's how I see
Yeah,
it.
you've said that. Yeah, doesn't sit right with you, does it?
No, you could.
Yeah, I'm bothered.
Yeah.
Whatever. You know, if it was, you know, if I knew somebody, right,
Or struggling, right?
and I cared a lot about this person, I wouldn't do it just for anybody, because I'd
Yeah.
say there's other people you can use who are more game than me.
Yeah.
But if somebody I knew was like, I can't have them, do you know what I mean, or whatever, like, and said I want you, I'd all right, yeah, like, all right, cool,
Yeah.
whatever, as long as you look after it. Do you know what I mean? I mean, it wouldn't be. I couldn't say that because it wouldn't be mine to make that choice.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
That's the thing. You have to do your bit and you're done. And then it's up to them.
I mean, the Southpaw Senior scenario,
That's mad, though.
I can see that working out well. Like, imagine they were like, listen, you get a threesome. Do you know what I mean?
no, well, this is it. Like
this could work out well for Southpaw Senior.
Football,
If he gets the stamp off Mrs. Southpaw Senior, like, it's like all systems go right.
Went to the pub the next day with the footy lads, and he was getting all this banter off all the fucking football lads saying, "Oh, what? Yeah, you fucking gonna go for it? Like, how did you do it?" Like, no, obviously not. But yeah, that's a crazy one to just be asked. I couldn't believe it when he told me. I was like, no way. Like, they were proper lovely as well. They proper took a liking to me.
Yeah.
And my sister Beth. And it was just like, oh, they saw like...
You'll get messages.
Yeah, they were like, saw how tall I was. And they were like, oh, yeah, we want them jeans. Off it though, innit?
But which one is going to get pregnant?
I don't know, man. I don't even know their names. Lovely people, but
All
I
right.
don't, yeah.
So is your dad going for it or?
No, absolutely not.
No.
You can send them, you know, send them, you know, our picture if you want. Like, you know,
That's interesting,
go
that
meet
though.
him.
That must be one of the weirdest experience getting asked.
He was shell shocked. He just like,
Do you want to be daddy?
What'd you say? Like, what'd you even say?
Yeah, no. But
Because it's like, you do want to be rude, but but in the
I
sa-
do think it's the one time where you can be like, no, it's okay.
Yeah,
What did he say at the time?
I don't know. I think it.
He was like,
I
buy me
don't,
dinner
you know what? I
first.
don't even know. I didn't ask him what he said. He was just telling me about it. And I was,
flowers.
I was just like, I was in awe. I was like, what? Really?
Ask him how he responded because it's like on the spot. What do you do,
What
right?
do you
It's like,
do?
thank you for the
But
offer.
you're right, you can't just like, you
No, but I
feel
think
guilty
it-
just saying no.
I think it was like jokingly said, like at the time, and because they were looking, they've had struggles, like you were saying,
Yeah.
stuff like that. And then obviously receiving the request the next day on Facebook was like, oh shit, they might. Be.
So hang on, they said it whilst a bit tipsy,
Yeah.
but they followed up once sober.
They did.
Wow.
Yeah,
They weren't messing.
I mean, he's a good man. I understand
He's
why.
a good looking guy, Southpaw Senior.
Yeah, he's got. I don't know. He's not a bad looking guy. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he must be. Because why would the, you know,
Well-
he must be good looking.
I don't know. Yeah. It's not bad looking. Guy.
Maybe he just.
doesn't know what to say.
He's not like a hunk of a man, you know what I mean? He's got a bad hairline, he's fucked mine. So I was like, they won't want that gene.
Oh, that's so
No,
funny.
like, you feel like these girls, like, I get the impression that like Southpaw Senior wasn't the first person they asked. I get the feeling that they just go around asking people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Just
But
like
then I
people
feel
they get on with.
If that's a problem, you just go places.
Did they do it as a joke though, just to like see what people react?
No, I don't think so, mate. I think we're pretty
Just go to a
serious.
place. Like they have like a catalog,
Pricey,
right?
no?
Oh, is it?
I don't know. I presume so.
Yeah. Like I said, 1,500 quid.
No, you get that, but how expensive is it to buy?
I think you can get. I think it's through the NHS, through
Is it?
IVF.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it'd be free. Yeah.
Oh, IVF. Okay, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
And you think like because I'm using this like I don't think it's literally this, but like isn't that kind of like a catalog sort of thing?
Well,
You can't choose.
Yeah,
I've
you'd
seen that in
obviously
Friends.
you'd get a look at them, surely, wouldn't you? You'd
I
just-
don't think you do.
I don't think you get. I think you get a description.
Get a
That,
description.
Like he was
He's
Caucasian,
6'4",
6'3".
had good hair. I don't know.
Yeah, weight like da
Yeah.
da da da.
I think you do. You get that. That's
a
right.
description, so you know what you're getting.
Yeah.
Like
know
if you
what-
want an Asian kid, like
Yeah, yeah.
you'll ask for an Asian kid.
Yeah.
Or you want Caribbean, you get Caribbean.
Yeah.
You want whatever.
What would you go for, Daniel?
What if I had my choice?
Yeah. Latino something, right?
No,
Would you not?
no. I think I'd go with Japan.
You'd want a Japanese kid?
Yeah,
Interesting.
yeah. Because like Japanese kids are like they always like play like violins and that, and end up like
Oh, you're thinking from that aspect.
yeah.
See, I'm thinking I want
How
good-looking kids.
stereotypical.
I don't want him to get bullied. He's like, I want him to be clever. Like,
Yeah. I'm
then
thinking
China.
Like, no, they're not the clever ones. They're real dumb.
Are they?
Yeah, just pick rice and that. It's the Japanese
mate.
that are clever. Not Chinese, man. Chinese hard workers. Japanese
Yeah.
are smart. They're the ones that play the violins. I want a 4-year-old that's fluent in violin. Do you know what I mean?
Say again.
A 4-year-old that's fluent in violin.
Is that what you want?
Yeah. And then they grow up to be like, some kind of like prodigy.
Yeah, right, okay,
Do you know what I
yeah.
mean?
They just go to the keyboard ones.
Yeah. Royal Albert Hall.
Yeah, yeah.
You know
Dan,
what I mean?
Dan just sees this fucking Japanese young fucking 18-year-old with like a big fucking hairdo. And he's like,
Yeah.
that's my boy.
In a
And
geisha
then,
outfit.
Like
Yeah.
a genius.
Royal Albert Hall, tuxedo. I can see it now.
I'd like to say thank you to my dad.
Yeah, and people interviewing me. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like it's thanks.
was such a good
it's
dad.
Thanks to dad. Yeah.
But you'd support him then the whole way through? Or?
It's a she.
It's a she, right?
Yeah,
okay.
It's a she.
The she's do better at the violins and that. don't they?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Of course, I'd support her.
Even as a person, just as a sperm donor? Are you saying like this is...
No, that would be his kid.
Oh,
I
right,
said
okay.
which.
So you can pick one out the catalogue.
Yeah.
And I'd pick a
Right.
Japanese one.
I'd go Brazil. Footy player.
Oh,
my
yeah.
guy will be baller.
So
Then you
want
name
a
her.
boy from Brazil.
Yeah.
I know, imagine.
Yeah.
Literally, they come out with football boots on, don't they?
Yeah.
Literally.
No, but I think
Yeah.
yeah, they're beautiful, aren't they?
Yeah.
I mean, do you know what? Truth is, you probably want like one of them like big, strong, like nation ones, like what them people call it, like Viking nations and stuff like that.
Icelandic.
Yeah.
Icelandics and that,
Yeah.
because they're just going to be specimens. Provided they get the right nurturing and you teach them like to be bright, you've got the physicality and then you make them bright as well.
Dan's throwing creatine in his child.
Yeah.
And the bullet straight away.
Yeah, and his cow
Try this, son. It burns at first.
growth hormone in the cow pole. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'd pick.
I mean,
Japanese for the money, because it should be a prodigy.
Yeah.
And if I can't have that, then I'll have a Norwegian or a Scandinavian one that's 7 foot tall.
And for the beauty, well, Scandinavian, I guess.
Yeah, they're pretty pretty, aren't they?
Yeah.
Pretty pretty.
Pretty pretty.
I mean, there's pretty people everywhere,
There is. No, like all joke aside.
except China.
You're on one with China tonight, aren't you?
Well, we have to watch out.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with
Better
China.
watch out. Oh, it's gone now. No more Christmas.
Do you want me to look at some of these topics or what?
No, listen, I've got a question for you.
Go on.
You're married. You have a daughter, a Japanese daughter.
Okay.
Your mum is still alive.
My mum's still alive, yeah.
Yeah. House is on fire. You can only save one. Go. It's a brutal question, isn't it?
Nah, I'd pick the kid because I know that's what my mum would want me to pick.
That's wrong. Wrong answer. How could you save your kid over your wife?
You said my mum.
Your mum, your wife, and a kid.
Because you got to save the children first.
That's wrong.
Not where I'm from. Listen, do you know why I know I'd pick that? Let me finish.
Yeah.
Because I know if I asked, right, so I've got this kid. How old's the kid? Pick an age.
9.
Right, I've got a 9-year-old little girl, right? So I'm going to tell you what would happen here. If I said to my mum, I have to save one of these people.
Take your mum out of it.
I'm just giving you why I picked them. I'm telling you my reasoning.
Okay.
This is in the calculation.
Right, okay.
And you give me them 3.
Yeah.
Right now, because I don't have a wife or a kid, so I love my mum more.
Yeah.
But I know if I had them 3 and I said, Mum, what should I do here? She'd say, save the kid. And if I asked my wife, she'd say, save the kid. And I know if I asked the kid, she'd say, save me.
Yeah, right.
So I'd save the kid. And I'm right. That's the right answer. You save the kid.
It isn't.
Kids first.
I don't think so.
No,
I would save my wife.
How's the wife?
If
the,
you
the
had a
wife would
kid-
never forgive you.
If you had a kid,
not
you
that,
wouldn't
though.
answer that.
It's not that.
Here we go.
Right. No. It's a good question, right? It's a good topic, actually. I think a lot of people get married, whatever, they have kids, then they kind of neglect, that's a word, one each other. And it's all about kids. Kids take priority.
That's what happens.
Yeah, but that's not right. That kid will leave when they're 18 and you're stuck with your partner, right? If you don't invest or like spend time together, then that can fizzle out and then people get divorced or whatever. That's why I think like your wife should always come first, above kids, above your family.
Your wife will tell you to save the kid.
Yeah, she would. Yeah, I don't agree, to be honest.
I don't
Hang on.
agree.
I'm making
And I'll tell you something else,
Listen.
Ben. I don't know because I ain't got no kids. But if you had a kid, your answer will change.
Listen, I'm making a phone call here, Tabby. She doesn't know this. Live. This is live, guys.
I'm going to ring my mum afterwards.
Yeah. Hello. Hi, babe. You're live, right? We're shooting something. I've got a question for you, yeah?
Okay.
Let's say the house is on fire.
Okay.
And you have to save someone. I'm in the house. We have a kid that's in the house. And your mom is in the house. Who do you save?
You, with all my broken heart,
Why?
because you come first.
Thank you, babe. That's all I wanted to know.
Okay.
Bye. Love you.
You two are creepy.
Yeah, you two off it.
You creepy.
That's how it works.
Let me ring Maggie.
I don't know, mate. I just feel fair play. Like, I mean, but I just feel like you.
Put it closer.
Hello.
Hi, Mum. Just a quick one. We're shooting a podcast now live, so this is being recorded. But I have to ask a question. I've just been given a question. So here's the scenario, right?
Yeah.
And I'm asking. So I, Daniel, have a decision. I have my mum, my wife, and my child in a house. So that's you, my wife, and my child, who's a 9-year-old Asian girl, because I've adopted, in the house. The house is burning down, and I can only save one person. Who do I save, Mum?
Your child.
Easy, right?
Great answer.
Yeah.
And that's what is the right thing to do, right?
Your child. Yeah.
Why is that, Mum?
And you're only, I mean, obviously you want to try and save all of them.
You're only allowed to save one. That's the game.
Yeah, then it's your child.
Good answer, Mum. Thank you for that. I'll speak to you later.
Okay.
Bye. Yeah,
Isn't that interesting?
it's the kid.
I think-
Ring Southpaw.
100%.
Ring Southpaw Senior. See what Southpaw
I'm not
Senior
ringing.
says.
I'm not ringing him.
Bring
on the
him
pod.
in, man.
I'm not
When you
ringing.
get
I'm not
closer,
ringing him
no?
on the pod.
No. Ring your mum.
I'll ring her. Oh
Ring-
no, I can't even ring her.
Why ring and ask? It's such a I think
yeah.
this is a very
Right, so-
no. Honestly, I'm very like. I think.
I believe. I don't know because I don't know you, Tabby, but I believe
Here
that
we
you.
go. Right, I'm ringing.
close to
I'm
the mic,
ringing.
yeah.
I'm ringing Zoe. Ringing
Yeah.
Zoe.
Is it Sheffield?
This is Sheffield.
Get up there.
Ah. Is it ringing? Oh, there we go.
It's ringing. It's bad. It's
Loudspeaker.
bad connection here, isn't it?
Yeah.
Loudspeaker, innit?
It's loudspeak.
This ain't no loudspeaker.
It's loudspeak.
You got a bad phone, you mate.
Sausage. It's a quick one. You're live on the pod here. So there's a question for
voice
you,
gets deeper.
and you've got to give me what I should do in this scenario.
Okay.
So there's the house is on fire.
Right.
My mum's there. You're there, and our child is there. Which who should I save?
You can only save one.
You can only save
Who's there? Me?
the child, our child,
Yeah.
and me mother. Who should I save?
So tell her it's 3 people.
Awful question.
It's an awful question, I know. You have to answer quick. The child. Great answer.
Yeah.
Great answer. All right, I'll call you later on anyway. Okay, love you, bye.
I don't get that at all. Hang on, I'll ring someone else.
I don't get who
I
that
have
guy was who's just on the phone because that wasn't the guy I know. What happened to your voice there,
I know.
Southport?
What do you mean?
How you doing? No. How you doing? just here on the pod. You proper changed. That's not even you.
No,
I'm ringing,
back it in, back
I'm
it in.
ringing Joe. Let's see if he answers.
Oh, Joe's just had his...
Obviously,
Joe's
Joe's
just
gonna
had his
pick the kid.
second born.
I don't think it is. Sausage, listen, you are live on the pod. We're shooting something. Listen, question for you, okay?
Yeah.
The house is on fire. It's an awful question, by the way. The house is on fire. Holly, your mother, and your kids are in the house.
Oh, how that's not fair.
No, listen, and I'll tell you after. You can only save one. Who do you save?
So say it again. Holly.
So the house is on fire.
I can't. That's so unfair.
No, but it's. I'll tell you after. No, you have to. So you can only choose one: your wife, your kid, or your mother. Who do you save?
Just say it's one child, so it's better.
Yeah, one child. Yeah, obviously.
Oh no.
No, it's an awful question. No, but
No, not choose between your kids, Joe. Just say.
But who do you save?
There's only one child in the scenario.
And I'll tell you why after.
Okay. Well.
It's an awful question, but
Here we go. My mum would want us to save either Holly or me kids.
Yeah.
Holly would want us to save me kids. So if I didn't save me kids, Hols would not be happy about that. If I didn't save, my mum wouldn't want to be the one that saves. So it would have to be the kids, surely.
interesting.
That's what I would go with, Joe.
That's the only one that.
Tell them what you picked.
No,
others that
that-
deceased would be happy with.
Tell them what everyone voted for.
That Dan's mother said the same. Southpaw's lass said the same. I said there is no way I wouldn't save Tabby, and Tabby said there is no way she wouldn't save me. Because I think your partner comes above kids.
Joe, let me ask you a question. It's Dan.
Okay.
Do you think if Ben had a kid, that would change?
Think about it like this, Benny. If you, let's say Tabby was the one that was doing the saving,
Yeah.
and
No, I understand what you're trying to say. Go on.
No.
Go on.
No. What would you, if you and Tabby had kids, what would you want Tabby to do? Would you want her to save you or the kid?
I would not. I 100% agree.
Tell us.
I
Tell
would.
us your answer.
Yeah.
Which one would you
What's the answer, Ben?
Of course, you would want her to save the kids, but
Right. So
I
there
think
you go.
no. But I
Seeing
think,
the
no,
wisdom from Joe.
I think that's the right
wisdom.
answer, but no, I think that's what she would want. I would want her to do, but she would save me, and just I think she would want me to save like our kids, but I would save her because she comes above the kids. I know it's a weird one, but
It comes above the kids.
yeah, I'll spend the rest of my life with Tabby.
Yes,
I get what
Joe.
you're saying. I get what you're saying, but surely Tabby would want you to save the kids.
But it's not about what they want.
Right.
That's the way I see it. No.
Yes, Joe.
Anyway, Joe, yeah, it's an interesting one because I think obviously I will save Tabby. Anyway, mate, that's all we wanted to know. Love
Thanks.
you.
Cheers, Joe.
Right.
Bye,
Yeah.
bye, bye. Interesting.
Just saying, fam.
There we go,
no,
mate. I think
look, maybe I don't have kids. I don't know, but you think the same, and you don't have a kid. You would
No,
save a kid.
and
I just don't see a world where I would save the kid.
the only... Do you know where it's coming from? I don't have no kids.
Let me make one more call. I'll call me dad.
Yes. This is Daniel, right?
Yeah.
Mate, he's a dad. He ain't answering. My dad would never answer the phone.
Dad, you're live on the pod. Listen, I have one question for you, okay?
Okay.
The house is on fire, and you can only save one person. I'm in the house, Mum is in the house, or your mother's in the house. Who do you save?
You haven't said the kid. Oh, yeah, you are the kid.
Your mum.
You'll save my mum.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's all I wanted to know. Thank you.
Over you.
You want.
Thanks. Bye. Bye.
What?
Told you.
This might be a Romanian thing.
It's not a Romanian thing at all.
it feels like it is.
It feels like a Romanian thing.
I don't see any world where my kid would take priority over my wife. That's how I think.
Your dad's just said you burn and bend.
100%. And I respect his decision. I would expect him to save my mum.
Mad, man. That seems mad to me.
That's off
That
it.
seems mad. See, do you know what? Up until we rang your dad there, like, Joe's just had a baby, so, like, it's fresh. Do you know what I mean? Like, I get it. I'm of the belief, I don't have kids, neither does he, but I've always been taught that you save the kids first. That was just how I was raised. And when you said it, I was like, the only reason you're saying it is because you don't have a kid. And I was convinced that when you have a kid, that would change. And for Tabby.
Yeah.
But when you've just ran Big Dan and he has had kids for 27, 28 years
Yeah.
and a few of them,
Yeah.
and he, without a shadow of a doubt, without any hesitation, went, your mum, straight away. That's mad, man.
I grew up.
It's
dad,
not mad. It's just different to how I think.
My dad always said,
You're
your
burning.
mum,
said
your
you're getting
mum always takes priority.
I love that.
And it's the way, that's why I strongly believe.
I do respect it.
I respect it.
Because think about it though. Of course you love your kids with all your heart. They're your kids, you'll do anything with them. But they leave. Like, I'm not saying they leave your life, but you choose, you spend the rest of your life with your partner, not your kids.
I genuinely think for me and Daniel, this is something for me, especially it's been distilled in me from a young age.
Me too.
It's all about the next
kids.
generation. It's all about your what's it called?
Ancestors.
Yeah, no, it's all about what you've left behind, basically. And if my kids can then go on to have future coatees that also have little children, that's what I would like to save in that scenario.
Huh. Yeah.
How interesting though, right?
It's a very interesting one, Ben. I'll give you that, mate.
In fact,
Yeah, interesting.
let's
Good
do a
that.
poll for next time. I'm
Yeah.
going to ask 20 people in my life, see what they answer.
Well, leave comments on the video.
Yeah.
I think we get about 10 views.
Yeah, let us know. Let us know, because
the same scenario goes to everybody.
I'll do a quick poll now on Insta, so just ask a question.
do it.
Go.
Right. Question. The house is on fire and you're married and you have a kid, and in the house you've got your mother, your kid, and your wife or husband or your dad. Who do you save?
So it's parent, spouse,
Yeah.
child. Parent, spouse, child.
Who do
Which
you
one do you
save?
save?
Let us
Right.
know. Let us know.
Right, we get it.
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah,
So-
I'll
so
do.
what happens with this
I'll do
now?
a poll.
It'll do a poll and we'll find out.
I'll
what
do a
answers.
poll on Insta, and
we'll find out next
we'll
time.
leave the answers in the description.
Yeah.
below. Yeah. Okay.
That's so interesting to me that you guys think that way, you know.
It's so interesting that you think that way.
Yeah.
I'm really surprised. And I'm like, you saying it, because I know like you and Tabby, like, mate, like you're probably madly in love with Tabby.
Yeah,
I've
well,
always
yeah,
known
no,
that. Like,
yeah.
it's like mental.
Yeah.
But the thing that didn't throw me off, because I just keep thinking like, oh, you're just naive.
You're
You
just
haven't had
Ben,
kids
you're
yet.
divvy. Yeah.
You'll change when you have kids.
Yeah.
But then your dad said it, and without hesitation, he's like, "Oh, you setting on fire, you Ben." Like literally, like fuck them kids.
Your
You know,
mum.
like your mum's getting saved.
Of course.
I love that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, you've really, really, really thrown me off.
Yeah.
I really didn't think that your dad. I thought your dad was going to put you straight in your place.
No.
Like, you stupid boy. Can't you save the kids? Nah. Huh.
It's like I said, and I was so convinced because all of our lives.
So you've learned that growing up.
Yes.
Basically, that's why this is
My
instilled.
mum always comes first.
Right.
Regardless of how cute we are as kids, your mum's always first.
Wow.
So
Respect.
yeah.
I guess that genuinely comes similar place to me and Daniel. What you've been growing up around.
Yeah.
You know,
But
that's your
why
environment.
It'll be
That's
very
what's
interesting
been.
to see. And in fact, what I'm going to do 10 English, 10 Romanians for my poll.
Okay.
Because I'll be very curious to see if it's a.
Yeah,
I do
but you're
think
Romanian.
that's an environment thing that, like, you
Yeah.
know, I do think it's what's been distilled in you from a young age.
But I also don't think a lot of people think like that. I think a lot of people think like you guys. I'm not saying it's wrong, by the way. Like, you know, each is their own.
Come to think of it, like, when I think about Reese, you know the guy we work with? Mm-hmm. I think he'd pick his last. Now I think, because that's some serious, like, he is crazy about her. Like, that he is, like, and
No,
if
very
they ever
good
do listen to this,
relationship.
like, no, like, she is his everything.
Yeah.
That comes up.
Vice-
She comes
vice versa,
over
yeah.
anybody. And I can see a world where Reese would answer his spouse. I can see, I don't know that. I'd be interested. I'll ask him.
Yeah, let
I'll
us
ask
know.
him.
Parent, partner, child. Who are you going for?
Yeah.
Yeah. How long have you been running for, Southpaw?
138.
What are we saying? You got something else for us?
I think on that note, I'm like
I think that's a good end,
done
right?
out. Yeah.
That's an
on a
interesting
cliff.
one.
Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
A
Like
cliff
it's
edge.
There's a
Yeah.
cliffhanger. We'll come back to
So we
this.
start the next pod.
yeah
The next pod.
Yeah.
I hate that word, me. Pod.
with the answers.
Freaks.
Yeah, we'll let you know what the answers were from Benny's Romanian/English poll.
Yeah.
And also the poll on Instagram.
And I'll update you about Reese.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah? So that has been episode
32, potentially 33. We'll see.
Let's go.
32 or 33. People like us, Thank you for watching. You got anything to say, Ben, before we go?
No, thank
No?
you as always. Watchers, we're funny.
Beautiful. See you next time.
See you next time.